going to talk about FOMO. FOMO versus JOMO. So, FOMO, fear of missing out, right? Everyone, or I would say most people at some point in their life have experienced the fear of missing out, whether that's from a social standpoint, there's events or parties or groups or things going on, and for any number of reasons you don't get to participate. And it's hard, especially when you're younger, to see and observe other people, engaging in these fun things or things that just for whatever reason don't align with us. When we're a little bit older, I think that FOMO takes a slightly different form. And what that could look like is when you feel maybe that your life is kind of passing you by and you are missing out, or you feel inadequate, or like there are other opportunities that people can take advantage of in terms of trainings or new skill sets, and if you're not able to participate in those things, it can feel like you're being basically left behind and you're never going to get caught up. I'm actually kind of sort of experiencing a little FOMO myself right now, and that has to do with as I get further along in this process of creating some digital courses that I want to offer. There's been some great trainings that I've been able to participate in, and certain ones I haven't been able to participate in, whether that's for financial reasons or the schedule or just time, energy, whatever the case may be. But I have definitely had the feelings come up of, man, I'm gonna get behind, I'm gonna not learn that special skill or that special tip or figure out, some secret sauce, some secret formula. And it can be really hard to let go of that, because ultimately I think FOMO really stems from a feeling of not being enough or not being worthy. At least in my opinion, that's one aspect of FOMO. And so as I've been sitting with that for a couple days now, I'm asking myself, well, I can stay in that discomfort and sort of even maybe a little bit of victimhood about what I'm not able to do. I could stay there, and ultimately that really wouldn't get me any further along the road of accomplishing anything. So I know that is not the right place to stay, or it's not the most helpful, let's say. No right or wrong, but it's not the most helpful place for me to stay. So let's take a look at this newer term, JOMO, right? The joy of missing out. And to be clear, that is not about, from my perspective, that's not about making yourself small, hiding, stepping away from the limelight, backing away from pursuing the things that you want to pursue. It's not about quieting yourself. And it's not actually about missing out, to be honest. It's about discerning what is actually meaningful to you. Discerning how do I really want to spend my time? How do I really want to spend my energy? How do I want to spend my money? When you get into coherence with yourself, your heart, you get into alignment with what really lights you up, what really brings you joy and peace. It's so much easier to be able to pick and choose the things that you spend your time and energy and money on. And you can do it in a way that it's not a deprivation. You don't feel like you're missing out on something, because at the heart of it, you are choosing yourself. You're choosing to recognize what will bring you meaning. And that can still look like all different things, of course, right? It looks like all different things for all of us. But in my particular situation right now, what I can remind myself of is when I get into that crunchy place of I want to learn that and I want to take that course and it's not working out for me right now. Instead of panicking and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to get behind and da da da. Well, one thing to do immediately is to pause and ask myself, well, get behind in what? Get behind for who, or as compared to who? The things that I'm doing, the pursuits, the hobbies, the interests, the passions that I'm pursuing are all on my schedule. I'm not doing it with a deadline for anybody else. And the truth is that no matter if I launch a course tomorrow or I launch a course a year from now, that timing is going to be right because it's going to be in alignment with where I'm at, with where my heart can lead from, with where my intentions are, with where I feel not prepared because I'm working on doing things before I'm really prepared, right? But I can feel myself moving in a direction that represents the vision that I have. I'm at choice. And I think when we allow ourselves to pause for a few minutes, when we get into that FOMO, that anxiety and that, oh my gosh, I need to be part of that, ask where that's really coming from. Is it somebody else's highlight reel? Is it somebody else's story? Is it somebody else? You kind of look at them and think that they are working harder, smarter, longer, whatever, being more successful. Well, is that really true? And do you really know for sure that all of those things are happening for them? Or is that just your perception based on, the stories, the mind chatter that we engage in? That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be curious when I get into that situation. Be curious where that story is coming from, and when I have an opportunity to break that pattern and to just slow down a little bit and realize, man, I am doing this on my terms and on my timeline, and it's my goals and my sense of wins and success, not somebody else's. It just starts to change it. Doesn't change it overnight, but it does start to change it and put a much more positive, feeling good spin on it. So let's go from FOMO to JOMO. Join me in the joy of missing out and try that on for size, and let's see what happens.